You know what's funny? For most of my life, I never really had a routine. I wasn't the person getting up at the same time every day, commuting to the same place, and repeating the same schedule week after week. I spent years as a musician, traveling internationally, and I've spent years as an entrepreneur. In both cases, my schedule was mostly whatever I made. One day I might be working 12, 14 hours straight. The next day I might be sitting in a cafe trying to figure out my next move. My routine was having no routine. And for a long time, I thought that's what freedom looked like. But lately, something has changed. I found myself actually appreciating routine. Not because it's exciting, not because it's glamorous, but because routine creates stability. You don't have to think about every decision. You don't have to reinvent yourself every morning. You just get up and do the things you're supposed to do. And as somebody who spent most of his life without structure, I can see why people value it, especially now that I have a son. Children live in routines. Wake up, play, breakfast, school, play, dinner, play, sleep every day. And honestly, adults aren't that different. We all have routines whether we realize it or not. The route we take to work, the coffee we make or order, the side of the bed we sleep on, the people we call, the things we worry about, the habits we keep repeating. The question is whether those routines are helping us or hurting us. Recently, I've been forced into a few unexpected routines myself. One of them is dealing with my visa situation. This time around, I decided to handle more of the process myself. Let's just say it didn't go exactly according to plan. So at the moment, I'm technically waiting. Technically a tourist. Waiting for paperwork. Waiting for people in offices to determine my future. Let that sink in. And if you've ever been through the immigration process, you know that waiting becomes its own routine. You're checking your email every day. You're checking your phone. You think about it. You try not to think about it. Then you think about it again. But that's life sometimes. You do what you can, and then the rest is out of your hands. The other thing that happened over the weekend was Children's Day. Brandon's mother and I took him on an adventure. We took a train to a small town and another train to even a smaller town. Then we walked for what felt like forever, but honestly, I like walking. Eventually, we come across this little farm designed for kids. There were animals, play areas, pony rides, and these little electric cars. Now, if you know my son Brandon, you know he loves cars. The second he saw one, that was it. He was driving around like he owned the place. Hits drive. Backs up. Hilarious. And when it was time to get off, tears running down his face. Complete disappointment. Which pretty much confirms that one day I'm going to end up buying one. After that, we continued on to the bear park. The thing that surprised me wasn't the bears themselves. It was how close you could actually get to them. Close enough that my American brain kept thinking, are we really allowed to be standing this close? And honestly, I found it pretty cool. Funny thing. Brandon wasn't as impressed as he was with the little electric cars, which is exactly how a 2-year-old is supposed to think. And maybe that's another lesson. Sometimes the thing we think is amazing isn't the thing that matters most to someone else. The last thing I've been working on is my website, a place where people can learn more about Hungary and the things I talk about. One thing that was very important to me was making content accessible in English and Hungarian. I'm proud of it. Anyway, that's what's been going on. Routines, visa paperwork, Children's Day, bear parks, electric cars, websites, a little bit of everything. But maybe that's life. We make plans, life adds surprises.